we're confronted with a situation that we had no data and literally no statistics that we could rely on to prepare the normal quantitative analysis and assessment of economic conditions, including financial conditions in the country. So we, over the course of the last 2 years, we assist the Somali in a number of areas, including central bank governance, governance also on the fiscal area, and in terms of preparing the first balance sheet of the central bank. We assist them in preparing also the bylaws for the governing board. For the first time ever, Somalia, they have a board at the central bank, and that was very important for them. According to the UNDP, about 73% of the Somali population lives below the poverty line of $2 a day. That said, economic conditions have recovered significantly since the end of the Civil War, and in particular, in 2014, GDP is estimated to have grown by about 4%. Inflation remained low at about 1%. GDP in nominal terms, about 6.5%, leading to about a total GDP of about 5.7 billion. Now, what are the main drivers of growth in this economic activity? Livestock and fisheries have grown rapidly, and also the high contribution of the service industry, in particular communication, money transfer, and constructions. Despite the moderate growth of the Somali economy over the past 3 years, growth will remain inadequate to redress poverty and gender inequality. That's the background. The risks are many in a fragile context. Some are outside their control, like global risk, and some are Somali-specific. Which one are the Somali-specific risks? Insecurity, foremost, is the matter. Weak institutions is one of them, and lack of data for a proper economic management, failure in undertaking a proper currency reform framework, and more importantly, poorly developed supervisor and regulatory framework for a highly informal financial system in Somalia. Now, if these risks, one or two of these risks were to materialize, growth will be at risk and will be severely restrained. Sound institutions and good governance are critical to help restore public confidence in government. Among short recommendations, we have some addressed to the central bank and mainly focus on the role of the central bank as a sole manager of reserves, and also in its role as oversight and regulations of financial institutions. A number of other recommendations focus on the government, mainly about revenue mobilization and prioritization of expenditures. There are others, medium-term recommendations that are critically important for Somalia to be able to sustain its growth over the medium term. In particular, building proper economic and financial institutions, including the central bank and the Ministry of Finance. We're dealing with issues of proper management of natural resources, and not necessarily having a proper framework for remittance to continue to flow to Somalia.